The Avengers have assembled and we are ready to rumble. Welcome to Film Focus right here on Smooth 90.1. It's about the movies, it's about the series. Animations are not left out. We do documentaries, but importantly, we review the movies and tell you what it is that they are like. We call out the big names, we extol the small names. We never, ever hold back in whatever it is that we say. And trust me, with the we, it's more like the analysts who are ever constant and ever dependable, coming through on all Fridays from 11 till 12 o'clock on the station that loves music, loves life, and loves movies. Welcome to Film Focus. For this Friday, 10th of October, 2025, my name is Oluwaseun Olusegun. And joining me virtually, the two of them today, please welcome the, do I call him a luminary legend now? But I know that in terms of the words, he always has something to describe and articulate his thoughts. So please give it up for Oris. Good morning.
Good morning, Sean. Good morning to all of our listeners, wherever they might be joining us from.
Yes, even from Antarctica, as long as they have internet connection. And of course, the entertainment stakeholder, the one who is about the awards and also the events that make a positive impact on the life of humanity. Please give it up for Irabor Okosun. Good morning.
Good morning, Sean.
Why are you chuckling?
I do.
The intro today.
What's into
Nothing. I'm just chuckling. That's all.
I hear you. What's up, gentlemen? What have you been up to? How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm chilling. What have I been up to? Eating, sleeping, watching, playing, and just minding my business.
And repeats. Oris, what's up?
Honestly, nothing much.
Just what's wrong with both of you today?
Watching what I can.
I swear.
You guys sound like you've had a draining week. Who is stressing both of you? What's up? Talk to us.
This is another conversation.
Sorry, I forgot. Okay, let's try to inject you with a good dose of energy. Hopefully, we're able to get that in. So please, if you need to give these gentlemen some energy, those do say hello to us on WhatsApp line to send your messages to and to always be part of the show, especially when we get into it and we start to analyze and they start to dissect their thoughts and why they came up with such. Is 0911 999 0981. Again, 0911 999 0981. And that is on WhatsApp. So I'll give you an idea of what to expect on the show in case you are just joining us for the first time. So we have 55 minutes to spend, and we have spent 6 minutes out of that 55 minutes. We talk about the box office numbers and what Nigerians are streaming on the popular platforms. We typically give you 1 to 5. And then we also tell you the amounts that has gotten and some of the movies at the cinemas in case you're looking for what to check out. Of course, it also means that our analysts, Oris and Irabor, are going to give you their recommendations from Nollywood and also Hollywood and other woods. Also, we tell you what's happening with the the movie industry and the things in development or in the works, as well as what's happening at the film festivals, who's getting what awards, and so on. That said, did any one of you see something spectacular in the course of the week?
Spectacular is putting it very, I don't know, laying it on very thickly. But I did see something that I think is good, and it's from way back, 2018 or 2019. A little show called, I hope I didn't mention it last week. A little show called Master of None. About, I guess, young immigrants looking for love and looking for life, I guess, in New York. It has, what's his name? This Indian American comedian. This short guy. Why can't I remember his name? I saw it last night. Aziz Ansari.
Oh.
Yes. So so his show it has 3 seasons. I saw 2, which I think are the best one from reviews I read online. I haven't seen the third one. I don't know if I will. But yes, the first 2 seasons are really, really good. I really like it. Just, young people who are not, I guess, the mainstream Americans we know. That's white and male. Looking for love, looking for life, looking for work in New York. It's a very nice show. The kind of stuff I would like to see in Lagos, actually. Let's see what does that look like if we set in Lagos? A person from, let's say, a small town in Ogun State or in Edo State or something comes to Lagos, come and look for stuff. Just what would that look like? Anyway, very good show. So I think that's maybe the highlight of my TV/streaming week. I wasn't in cinemas this week, so I can't speak to anything currently going on there. But of course, as everybody knows, the big news is Ginger, the one with all of the actresses. Well, let's hope that in the interest of what's the word, gender equality, we see the guys, do something very soon. But apparently, Ginger is doing, I guess, a bit of a madness at the cinemas. I should probably catch it, but it's 3 hours. I don't know why they're making any movies 3 hours. I've once remarked that I think we should pass a law where we don't have a single Nollywood movie above 90 minutes, maximum 100 minutes. That's about an hour and 30 minutes or an hour and 40 minutes. So just where am I? Anyway, yes, let's see. I will probably see it at some point. But for now, I don't think I have 3 hours to grant to the women of Nollywood.
Okay. We'll take Irabor's thought right after the break. I was checking out some things and we'll get to talk about it. We will get to talk about it on the show today. It's Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. Do stay with us. Have you seen teasers from Nia Kamalayan's Colors of Fire?
Nope. I didn't even realize Nia is still in the business of making movies. I'm making a joke, don't mind me. No, I haven't. I like to just take shots at Nia whenever I have the chance. Because I'm sure
no, you take shots at everyone, Irabor Oris. No one is spared. No one is safe whenever you are dispensing your bullets.
That's not fair.
That's not fair. You are not fair.
That's not fair. I only say the truth.
Oris,
sir.
Oris, I have a question. What's the issue with me? Because I have something in my mind, but I want to get it the same. What's the thing with me?
No, I don't know if it's the thing with me. I just feel like there are certain days of the week where I feel like Nee kind of is the poster boy for
Nollywood
not living up to expectations, even if it has given them so much. There are days that I feel like is the image I see in my head when I think of it.
Because like he says a lot, does a lot online, Abi, and
yeah, exactly.
You can't
like
really see it in
he's very much in our face, and I see the work. I'm just like,
I don't understand your boss laughter today.
It's the same. Like, so, when I can't, should I use more Abudu for this? Not necessarily.
Oh yeah, let's come back. We're back.
Okay.
Love music, love life. I think you should go to our YouTube channel so that you can catch the extra deets that these men are releasing so that you can hold them by their hand or their neck or by their shirts or on the streets. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1, and we are talking about everything that we can as touching movie series, animations, documentaries, updates, what Nigerians are watching, what is at the cinemas and how much it has made. So before the breather, Oris told us about what he managed to watch and enjoyed. Irabor, what about you? What was on your watch list this past week or this week?
I don't know if I mentioned last week. No, I've seen Ginger now. Yeah. And I feel that the numbers, albeit, good in terms of Nollywood standards, seeing a movie approaching 200 million, I mean, you should be happy. But I mean, looking at it really, you would see the people behind it. Number one, you have Kiki, you have Wumi Toriola, you have Bisola, you have Bolaji Gumola. These are four heavyweights online, on social media, Instagram and the likes. And you would think, okay, let's say each of them should be able to command, I would say, 100 million just based off of their followers and following and engagement and the rest. So I think we can use this as a case study to kind of understand if maybe that strategy of using social media influencers or people with high following to feature in movies. I don't know if it would work entirely because I'm expecting that this movie should do 450, 500 million just based off of the people behind it. So it's getting to 200 now. I don't know, Sha. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just give it more time, but I just expected that it should have done like 250, approaching 300 by now. Like I feel because of the people behind it now. Not that I'm not saying that movies should quickly just amass that amount. Yeah, I'm just saying based on the people, I just felt I don't know. Maybe I'll still keep studying. Now, the movie itself, is it good? No. It was what we're trying to say towards the end of the show last week when we're trying to talk about the reason we don't have an Oscar selection now is because yes, it's good to make movies that make money. It's good to do all those things, promote, do premieres and everything. But like, I just don't enjoy when the movie doesn't turn out good. That's my own issue. And I feel like Oris has always alluded to it several times where this excellence thing where we just feel just do and Nigeria go and I feel that's what is doing us with regards movies like Ginger and the rest. And I don't think we genuinely want to have these conversations about how to grow Nollywood because you see that these guys, they don't show up for interviews. They don't even want to promote each other. They still see it as competition, which again, I understand competition is good. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying like, we're just not seeing that we need each other at this point in time to really propel and everybody needs to play their own part. But that one aside, Sha, I'm watching what's the name of this movie with Mark Wahlberg and like Keith Stanfield. I saw it on the Blue app. I can't remember the movie again. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's not a bad watch. It's not bad. It's okay. It's a very solid film. I mean, based on Mark Wahlberg films, how far they go. I saw my father's shadow finally.
Oh, finally.
I feel that the first 35, 45 minutes could have been better. I think the movie started getting interesting for me from when they got to the amusement park till the end. I was good with the film. But anything before that point, I just felt I don't know. And I didn't like the acting. The guy that they cast, I don't think he carried that accent very well. He's not a bad actor. He just didn't carry the accent very well. The two boys, I mean, the future is bright for them. I understand why it went to Cannes. I understand why all the other people from Britain and Bobo Tibo came together to do the film. I understand how it was shot and why it was shot like that. But that first 35, 45 minutes, if not for Oris and you, I would have left the cinema earlier than that. Like, but I said, let me just watch it till the end and be sure that yes. But yes, Tosi Adeyemi, Uzamaka, and those ladies, my God, those are the ladies that I can beat my chest and say they can go to Hollywood and they will deliver. I don't have any worries with them, So that's what I watched. I also watched what's the name of that movie again? I mean, I have a lot on my head. Sorry. I'm just really, really forgetting a lot these days. I just saw 4 movies last week. Ginger is one of them. My Father's Shadow is one of them. I think I watched a Hollywood movie, 2 Hollywood movies. I'll try and remember during the course of the show. Then I'm also on Prime as well. Sorry, on the Blue app. Sorry, checking out some things. There are a lot of Nollywood movies on that platform. I mean, there are a lot of Nollywood movies on that platform. I don't know if they were licensed or this. I don't know what model they are using. The movies are plenty. They're plenty. So I'm trying to see which ones, based on their synopsis, I would like to be checking out once more. But that Remake film, I'm not going to lie, I don't know why they took
Something
that as an
about
original.
lie?
I don't understand. I don't
He
get
says
it.
sin or something, right?
I guess he really says the living God indeed. Like that I don't know. I don't know how. It's only a miracle. That is a miracle. It's a miracle. And this is again saying it like this, it's no shade to him. It's just that could work for me, Sha. It didn't work. Like I just was just like, nah, this is not it. So I mean, so that's it, Sha.
I don't think the Remake movie works for anybody, except maybe it's for him and his family members. Honestly, you are laughing, but I'm saying
I'm sure some of his family members even told him, oh boy, if they will be family.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I said, some of them, So I have to say that yes, I think you and the world are probably correct on that one. I saw the poster, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I can stomach this. Maybe one day, but I'm not mentally there yet to receive that dosage of mediocrity. Speaking of mediocrity, by the way, I think we're talking about Nia Kimolayan off air and on air. Hugh had mentioned, I guess, images from his
teasers
upcoming
from
film. It's supposed to be,
Colors of
Color
Fire.
of Fire. So I just checked some of the images, and I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the image I just saw just tells me, okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to Nii. One of the images shows Uzo Arukwe, who of course everybody knows as the Odogu Pararan guy, holding what's her name? Osasi Godaro, almost at knife point, so to speak. But there is no sense of danger at all in that image. He's supposed to be holding her and have a knife at her neck. You can tell that the knife he has at her neck is wood or some kind of fat material. You can tell that she doesn't feel like she's in danger, honestly. You just feel like, so that's what I'm trying to say about Nii sometimes. It's like the idea on paper might be something else. I don't know whatever that is, but when it finally shows up as execution, I'm like, what exactly am I looking at here? Is this, I don't know, is this a friendly embrace where you have somebody at knife point? Or what exactly am I supposed to get from this image? There is no sense of danger at all. And you can tell that a lot of money and thought maybe has been put into production design. So it doesn't look bad. I mean, there's a lot of oversaturation of orange, of orange. We can let that go. But I'm like, the story itself that image is supposed to convey, which is supposed to be something that somebody who is in danger, I have no sense of that at all. Anyway,
Okay.
me up.
So I know that earlier this week I sent a message to Oris and I said, for once, I do agree with your thought on some of the things that we discuss as touching Nollywood. And that was touching Thin Line, but I'll get to that later on. And this time I agree with him as well, because this particular picture that Oris just described was the first thing that I saw about the Colors of Fire from Nii Akinmolayo. Now, danger is even very far from it. I was very confused. I didn't know if this was a steal from the movie or this was something that they posed for, because danger is nowhere in the picture. This is more sultry, more sexy, because the Oris didn't even describe it. So in the picture, Uzo Arukwe is holding Osasi Godaro at knife points or dagger points or whatever that thing is, and he is fully cupping her breasts. And in there, she looks like this is more like a sexy thing and not something like, help me, I'm dying. So I don't know if this was a pose and what this is supposed to convey. I'm looking at other things in there. It looks like they're having a face. I don't know. I'm confused. So it will be great for us to, I know teasers are meant to be teasers, but this one is not teasing anything.
Okay, but wait, but actually you have a point here about the image being, I guess, sultry. But see what I'm talking about, how this thing are somewhat ridiculous. So he's copying her breast and she's now holding it. My goodness. The point is this, is like, okay, if it is a sultry image, if it's supposed to be showing, I guess, characters who get sexual thrills from danger, you understand? The image should even be different from what we are showing, from what it is showing, actually. Because he's copying our breast in the image and she's copying his hand. I don't know that is really showing. That That seems more like she's trying to hide her modesty than enjoying the moment. It's just ridiculous. What I'm trying to say, it pisses me off so much. And what is this image? What is this costume they have on?
All right,
Nigeria.
we're done. We're done. I just hope that there will be a time that we don't have to do this extensive have these extensive conversations about Nollywood and quality, because I have to tell you, sometimes I'm tired, if not all the times. I'm tired. I'm tired of having to do all this dissection, and if sometimes feel like we're sounding like a broken record. But anyways, I watched Thin Line, and like Irabor.
I've watched it now.
I don't know who gave it. Wait, remind me of what you thought about it, Irabor.
Irabor not liked it. I hated it.
Irabor, you liked it?
They have come. So let me say what I said. So I said that this lady, Uche Montana,
yeah,
she deserved an AMVCA nomination because she gave us a good performance. I started with that. Now, Thin Line, the story, if you look at it, is not that bad. Did they execute it thoroughly, completely the way we would enjoy it, just like the party giving us a cliffhanger and that kind of feeling? I don't really think so. But in terms of Nollywood releases last year, it is not going to be in my bad column based on the movies that were released last year in Nollywood, which wasn't too many. We didn't have too many good movies. So it's in like a honorable mention, check it out, not bad, but I won't put in a bad column entirely. No. It's not that bad. No, it's not Ginger. It's not all the other ones that we watched last year. I was just watching. It wasn't Funke's type movie. In fact, it was better than Funke's movie, if we're being honest. So that's where I'm coming from.
I mean, well, anyway, for me, it's certainly in the bad corner. In fact, it's worse than bad, actually, in my own view. I remember that wasn't it last year that had the, I'm no longer sure, the Basketball movie. I remember saying that instead of Uche Montana to get a nomination, I feel like, what's her name? Beverly Osu in A Getting Love Story should have gotten that nomination. I don't know if it's the same category, but I think that she acted a whole lot better than whatever it is that, what's her name? Uche Montana put in Thin Line. Other than that, even the story itself, I've seen that story at least 500 times in Hollywood, done 3 times better than whatever it is that they were doing in the Thin Line. By halfway into the movie, I could tell who did the crime. I'm supposed to be a who done it. Maybe even less before it even got halfway. It's just not a very good movie. Even the cinematography, it felt to me like, okay, this guy who's running this camera and the guy who edited it, in terms of the color grading, that person could have done the exact same thing in a YouTube movie. I didn't have to pay, I don't know, 8,000 or 10,000 to watch the movie. But then again, maybe they did some kind of edits, and that's what you've probably seen in the cinemas. I don't know if that's on streaming. But I saw that movie in the cinemas, and I was just like, no, now this should not be a cinema production. So I would not say that Funke's movie of last year is in the bad corner and this is in the good corner. Both of them belong to exactly the same corner, mediocre. In fact, less than
Honorable
corner.
We have to take a breather away from Oris's arsenal that is all in at us, and we will be back. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1.
You know,
does not that today they will set tire for you. Oris,
yeah, I'm going to go and watch this movie again.
You, Oris, today they will set tire for you.
Tire again?
Yes.
I don't understand how that's possible.
I reject it.
What did I steal? I don't know. No. What did I steal? The shelter of people who steal.
No, I don't mean tire as in Jungle Justice. I mean tire as in, you know how you roll tire? I don't know if you grew up in that kind of environment and you roll tire and then it just trips you up. If you were not.
Oris grew up in Amsterdam. Oris is not
Amsterdam.
Nigerian.
Oh yes.
Oris. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oris is not from the ghetto.
Yes.
Yeah, I have obviously this tire stuff. I have no idea what that is.
No.
Exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with him now. I grew up in Amsterdam, clearly.
Yes.
So actually. Please, what's that? Tire? What do you mean by tire? You know they tire.
All right, let's go back. Love music, love life, love movies, and a little bit of the criticism. You're welcome to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. And we have been on and on about Nollywood, which is something that is a very huge part of the show, thanks to the kind of movies and series that pop up every day. So let's quickly get into what Nigerians are streaming on the streaming platforms before we get into Tony Abraham betting on Oversabi Auntie to dominate in December. Yes, that's the title of the movie that will be out in December. So number one on the blue platform is Play Dirty. Number two is From the World of Boys Gen V. Number three is No Time to Die. Oh, it's on the platform. Oh, wow. Okay. No Time to Die, 007. Number four is Hunting Jessica Broke. And number five is Tenant. I'll quickly go over to the orange app. Okay, that's not working. Let's run over to the red app then and see what Nigerians are watching. Uh-oh, it's shut down. Nah. All right, I'll try to quickly get it up. Number one, top 10. Number one for the top 10 TV shows. Number one is Nero the Assassin. Number two is Spartacus. Number three is Ginny Make a Wish. Number four is The Hunting Wives, while number five is Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black. I think it was number four last week. Top 10 movies. Number one is Thin Line. Number two is The Waiter. Number three is Ruth and Boaz. Number four is Mantins, while number five is Vantage Point. And if we go over to the orange app, number one is Sylvester Stallone's Alarum. Number two is Bagman, something horror. Number three is Cleaner. Number four is Magic Figures. That's DM Yokolawo and Messi Aigbe, Magic Figures. And number five is Den of Thieves. So Tony Abraham is betting that Oversabi Auntie is going to dominate December. What do you think? I mean, we have so many things lined up already for December. We talked about Color of Fire. That will be out on 24th of December. We also have the usual. Funke Akindele will be releasing something in December as well. And now Tony Abraham wants to release Oversabi Auntie. Gentlemen, no, let me take Irabor before Oris will go all in with his bazooka. Irabor. Irabor. Okay, Oris, please, you have the floor.
Okay. I have to say this. First things first, I like the title. I really like the title.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I do, yes. I think I've always said I think people confuse some of what I say for an assumption that I am against, in quotes, Nigerian average mainstream culture. I'm a big fan of Nigerian mainstream culture. The problem is I just don't believe that the people are making the arts based on that culture are doing the best they possibly can. And that's like my real issue with all of this. But I really like the title, and I think it's a title that would attract a certain type of Nigerian to the cinema. So I'm very, very, very fine with that title. Of course, I don't know what the story is about, and well, we'll have to see about that. But I think that there's a sense in which Tony has been, I guess, progressively getting better in terms of like, I guess, things like production design and production values. You know, I just haven't seen the same kind of advancement when it comes to what she's actually saying or the films that she's making in terms of the storyline and the narrative. So I hope that gets better. The fact of the matter is that, like I said last week, part of the problem of Nollywood is that what it takes to be a successful businessman in Nigeria is exactly what it takes to be a terrible filmmaker. You know, and I think that when that particular switch is on for these guys, if there are two switches saying, hey, great filmmaker or great businessman, every single time they're going to choose being a great businessman. And so that means that the movies are almost always bad. Is there a chance that Tony will switch that now? I don't know, because the last film I saw of hers at the cinemas was Yalude, and it was just like an incoherent mess, you know. But of course, it's not like you would know this from looking at the comments on her page, which I'm sure someone like her probably focuses on, trying to serve the people who have, I guess, giving her the success she's had over the past many years. So people like me who are like neutral, that film was like really, really terrible, honestly. And I just hope that she learned something. But I don't know necessarily that the Nigerian filmmaker learns a lot from success. You know, that's one of the things I'm not sure. You know, because once the movie makes a certain amount of money, and somebody else should say, hey, look, in terms of the editing, this thing could have been better. Is the writing good? Maybe not quite. Nobody listens to that anymore once the movie makes a particular sum of money, some of, I don't know, some a particular lump of cash. So I can't say. What I'm saying, I guess, to summarize, is that I don't know that I can expect a lot from this particular project because Tony hasn't shown me over the years that she is intent on improving the stories that she's telling. However, it is my job, so I will certainly see the film.
Okay, now I'll let Irabor's thought marinate. Irabor, we are talking about Tony Abraham's Ovasabi Auntie. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, so yes, I can. So I'll just give you a minute or two to put your words together. We'll need to quickly take a breather and we'll be right back. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. Please excuse me, I need to quickly attend to something. Can you hear me?
Are you under attack?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Oris, remember
Sir.
that gist we were gisting now about that person now in that office.
About what?
That's our gist now about sponsorship for that person where I tell you, say my friend, where can they give me co-shoulder?
Yes.
We jam now. The babe was just giving me eye, like trying to look as if maybe I'll come and meet her and greet her. The way I throw away face, I greeted everybody. I shone them, like I shot, not out of hate or anything. It was just like, why are we even doing this in the first place? Like, what? And the thing just even irritated me for that. Like, we saw this Monday now. Like, I just got irritated for that. It's like, I beg, go and die. Like, now you sabi. Like, I didn't even send. It was not even annoying me that I even had that I was doing it self in the first place. I was just like, what kind of nonsense, stupid behavior is this one self? I just waka comot jare. It really just pissed me off because it just goes to show how human beings would rather just allow something scatter and allow something fester and now gaslight you on top of it and now make you be the person to come and still talk again on top of the God they try. God they try. I swear sometimes I understand when he says you just strike somebody down. I understand, like you just strike this person down, strike end humanity. I relate to that. Because human beings, no. The thing really just irritated me, gone. Everybody would have just come together, made money, done the job, smile and go home and be happy. But no, now only me one chop up. Now only me one do am. You're only one person. No, you cannot do everything now. You can't now. It's not possible now. Now see where we are at now.
Yeah, but the average greedy person would attempt, even if they know they can't, they will at least try to make sure they can do it all alone. And like I said, you never know what. Maybe she's holding one small grudge against you. You have no idea.
That's what I'm even saying. So because me, I know I'm not holding any grudge. No, sorry, time out, sorry. Small grudge against me. Baba, we were fine, like thriving before this matter, before the, should I say appointment, before the whatever, process that we're trying to do thing. We were fine now, like fine. So which grudge? The grudge wants to now appear when you are in position. Which kind of grudge be that?
Don't underestimate the what's it called though? All of that though. Like there's no chance for me to, I guess, get back at you. And finally I am elevated beyond a certain point and I say that hey, this is the opportunity. Meanwhile, is the show streaming this thing?
Well, what we are saying, nobody go good. So, joy.
Okay, fair.
Nobody can code it. Nobody can code it, Jare. Well, that point you made, is true, like somebody might hold something to when they are able to trick you.
Exactly. Yes. You just hold it how until okay, finally I get the chance, and you know what? Here, it's very possible. I can't put anything past people who are vindictive.
I humble go. Where is Shona? Time don't go.
Yeah, I'm surprised. This is quite plenty.
Lengthy.
Yeah.
An ad break. Did she play music? Are we on air like this?
No, I don't know. I don't think we are. I don't think we are on radio air, but we are on YouTube. YouTube air. This is a potential. This has potential for a film where people are talking like this and they don't realize that they are being whatever on the internet, and then somebody takes that makes it go viral.
This guy's film, Shola Thompson, is sort of premised on that.
Oh, really? Okay. Who was telling me about it? It was the guy. Yes, last week's guest, Damilare. Yeah, I mentioned the film, but I was talking about it. You said?
He was talking about Shola's film, Abi.
Yes, but not in the most flattering light. I was talking about it in relation to Nollywood's what's it called now? The possibility of doing something that makes sense in Nollywood, even if somebody comes in with the best intentions. I was like, I don't know about the movie.
Thank you for carrying on the show without me.
I mean, you hope so at least.
Okay. Love music, love life. You are listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. And right before that breather, we were going to take Irabor's thought on Oluwaseun.
Okay. Anyway, so we have to give it to Toyin, Funke, and the likes. They know how to give titles to their movies because I think that's what sells for the kind of audience that goes to see the films. So they get a pass on that one. Now for the quality of the movie and the storytelling and every other thing, that's where I feel the issue is. And they don't really care about it, I think, mainly because of the audience that goes to go and watch it. So that particular audience, I don't think they care about thinking too much. Because what I try to do when I go to the cinema is to try and talk to people who go and watch these movies. And truly, they know really send. Now, would they still send if the movie is done properly for Seun's type of audience, but still has the elements of those other people? I don't know. I don't think they are open to gambling that to figure out if maybe their ROI will still be intact despite trying to be, technically sound and also cater to, so again, I don't know. Do they want to make a movie like an MI album that has something for everybody? Again, I don't know. So, but I would definitely watch it. I look forward to it. I feel that now that they are talking, Funke and Tony, I feel that it would be nice to have a collabo movie from the both of them. Let's see how that would fare. So that's what I'm actually looking forward to. I like to see a collabo movie with Tony and Funke, and I also like to see a collabo between Choma Ode and Moabudu. Like all the people that are beefing, let them just come together and just do something together.
I thought Toye Abraham and Funke Akindele have made up, so they are no longer beefing.
Yeah, but that's what he just said. That's what he said.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry, that's what I'm saying.
I just realized something I wanted to say earlier, but I didn't get a chance to. When Irabor was discussing Ginger's, at least according to his own metrics, the idea that Ginger should have got a certain amount of money, and he doesn't think it has gotten that figure yet. I think that statement is of a piece with the hopes that Funke Akindele and to Abraham can collaborate and work on something together. But I think there's a limit to how much money, if you're thinking about this in purely commercial terms, these kind of projects would get. You know why? The audience overlaps. And that's the major reason why, of course, Ginger is not going to get individual figures. They're not going to say, hey, you can get 50 million, you can get 50 million, 50 million, and then add it up, because there's a lot of overlap between with that or within those audiences. Now, what will be, in my own view, more successful financially is to figure out how are there people who have a particular sensibility different from these people who are commercial juggernauts, and say, hey, they have their own audiences. So maybe, for instance, a TJ Obasi, a Kenneth Gang, a God knows who, they can find a way to get their own fan base to generate, say, 30 million for every 60 million that a Bimbo Ademoye or a Funka Kindele can produce. What then happens is that because of the powers of both fan bases, then you can say, hey, maybe you can double this figure, or maybe like 1.5 or something times 1.5, 1.2 of the figures. But when it comes down to, hey, guys like Abraham and Funke Akindele, it's the same people. So the amount of money that you can generate from that kind of a picture has a very, very low limit.
A cap.
In terms of multiples, you get. So you're not going to be able to ever get a ×2 with a Funke and so it's not going to happen, because the same type of people watch those movies. So what's Nollywood, and I think this is part of the problem when I think about business development in Nollywood, is the people who are behind this decision making, the people who have the money, and this includes people who are coming in, like if we discuss the Utica funds, for instance, is they're not thinking creatively about how to generate more revenue from the stories that we have.
Structures.
Everybody's just thinking about, oh, this person generated $1 billion. If I add it to this other person, it's going to, but no, that's not how the math works. That's not how the math should work. It is not a direct multiplier effect. You understand? Because it's the same audiences. I just wish that we had more people who were thinking on this level when it comes to making decisions of money or like of arts in Hollywood. I just don't see that they are doing this on that level, unfortunately.
Okay, now that you mentioned the Utica Fund, let's quickly talk about it before we jet to Hollywood, because we're almost out of time. And it says that 20 billion naira is up for grabs, but you just have to make sure that you get to, you approve, or rather you get to apply the way it ought to be. They did say, I think what caught me was that it's going to be quite transparent and it's going to be on merit basis, something like that. And it's going to be structured according to the release. So the Securities and the Exchange Commission has approved the Utica Film Fund, which they say marked another milestone for Nollywood financing. So it's fully regulated, it is structured, it is transparent, and is backed by institutional investors that will channel money directly into film production, distribution, and infrastructure. Irabor. Irabor is gone. Oris.
Look, I read the press release, and I don't see what is different in this one than, I guess, the 50,000 others that have come before it. Every time they say it's going to be transparent, this merit-based and whatever it is, but I don't know what exactly is merit-based. Like I said earlier, I think for them, merit-based is just, okay, you generated 2 million in the past. We think if you give you money, you can generate 4 million or 3 million. But it's not like that. You cannot think about these things in that level. It's unfortunate because these people are thinking about the arts in a very, unfortunately, strictly numbered way. But that is not how. You should be able to think and say, hey, look, what are we not tapping into? And how do we get there? If people who are like doing interesting stuff internationally, from here over there, go to meet these guys, I'm sure that they won't get any money. There are people who have gotten, I think this year in Switzerland, the Locarno Film Festival, they had like an Africa focus, and there are like 2-3 people who I know who are Nigerians who got some kind of prize or some kind of commendation from the guys there. Fact of the matter is that if those guys can work out their careers in a way that they can make a movie of, say, I don't know, $50,000 or something, I don't know, whatever figures here, and they're able to like get acquired by an international, I don't know, arrangement distributor of, say, maybe ×2, $100,000 or $150,000. That amount of profit that they'll make from that picture, honestly, is going to rival or even be more than what the greatest movie in Nollywood in local cinemas is making. The problem is that nobody's interested in cultivating those voices into becoming people who can crack the international scene. I believe that if you think about Two-Face's career before, of course, maybe that's maybe the first 10 years of his career, or maybe the first 5 years, where it was really at the peak. I don't think he generated as much money as Burna Boy did within the first 2 years or 3 years of going international. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what that means is that for all of Two-Face's successes locally, which is of course admirable and everything, I doubt very much that his commercial appeal ever rivaled that of Burna Boy once Burna Boy was able to crack the international market. But those things take time. They need some kind of support to make it happen. So the question is, why these guys are putting in money? Why the Ticker Fund wants to put in money into, I guess, people who have made 2 billion in our local cinemas? They are missing that if you cultivate somebody else internationally for like a period, that person's financial returns would probably dwarf. I'm almost certain that actually to dwarf whatever it is these guys are making locally. But you need people who are ready to think about it on that level and say, you know what, we'll give money to the guys who are making money, who are making, I don't know, great returns locally. But let's cultivate the voices that can take over or at least find a space internationally, because the financial returns too are not to be frowned upon.
Oh boy, Irabor.
Why did you say it like that? Oh boy, it makes complete sense now, 100% sense. Like, if you look at it really, we need to, yes, again, I'll keep saying it, ROI is always the point of call for everybody, but for you to get that ROI, you have to make sure that there are certain structures in place for you to, return on your investment. But now the thing is, say, nobody wants to really put these structures in place like Oris mentioned. Now, what I feel is that it needs to get to a breaking point where maybe the industry is now going to be lost to a point where some people are like, okay, let us now step in and try to revive it the way we're supposed to revive it, just like maybe they've done with the National Theatre or something. Because there's one fund I saw, I think it was on the show prep you sent to me. I saw people like RMD on the board, and
it was still the same one, the fund advisory.
And I'm like, again, see, I come in peace when I say all these things, because I see that Baba has not even figured out what it is what it means to be in cinema and make money in cinema, understand what production is from the standpoint of being an executive producer. I don't think somebody like R&B should be on that kind of thing, because I don't think the right expertise is required. So and again, the compounding effect is that they just award things to names. They don't really understand if that name understands what that task is. So the whole thing gets defeated from that starting point. Sure, you get, then it doesn't now work out. Then you're now wondering why it didn't work out. So I just feel that maybe we need to be posting more on social media, putting ourselves out there, traveling more. Myself, Oris, the likes of Damlare and co, like, so that they can see us and be like, okay, these are the people that are in the faces of people that are supposed to make decisions. And no, I feel so. So even we too need to even look at our own side and see what we're not doing, so that we can kind of meet up with those people who don't have substance. But, we that have substance, again, I'm not trying to blow trumpet, but you get what I'm trying to say. So you get the substance is setting. See, if I'm going to do voiceover, even if I have a voice, I won't go and do the voiceover when I have Shehu, who is a voiceover expert. You get what I'm saying? I'd rather call Shehu, like, Shehu, how far? Then let me go and do other things that I know I'm better at. So that's what I'm saying. So I think, again, well,
yeah. Okay, so we have 3 minutes to go, and we need to quickly jump out of the studio. For the Game of Thrones fans, I don't think I have any Game of Thrones fans here on the call. Oris, Irabor, are you any fan?
Of course, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but I know that, of course, HBO wants to milk the franchise for as long as they possibly can. I saw House of Cards, which I actually quite like, to be honest. Would I see this one? If it's too long, maybe not. But I understand the impulse behind going back to the Game of Thrones world. I get it. I understand it fully. People
I most like
this is their
go on.
This is their Jennifer's diary. This is their wedding party.
Better
I most likely will do
better written.
what I did with Game of Thrones is most likely what I'll do with A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, if I do it at all. And I waited for everything to be done and then started binge watching from season 1 to 6. All right, so for the Game of Thrones fans, the first trailer in the new Game of Thrones series in 3 years has finally arrived, and they revealed the debut trailer for A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. So if you're a fan, it's a spin-off, by the way, and it shows, according to them, a new vibe to Westeros. So you can go check it out on YouTube for you to see what to expect. Oh, we're out of time. Let me see if I can take a message or two, and we out. Hello, Oluwaseun. What's the title of that Indian song you played before the break? That will be from the movie Kalhona O. Yeah, that's the title. Hollywood has run out of fresh ideas. This is anime's chance to milk it. Right. I mean, okay, gentlemen, what will be your final recommendation as we go out of the studio? Irabor, you want to say something? Irabor.
Yeah, my final recommendation is keep watching Nollywood movies, keep talking about it, keep trying to understand how the industry works, keep visiting cinemas, even if it's once in 6 months, no wahala. Just keep trying, because the more we get insights, the more we get, so many views, we kind of maybe would come up with a solution or something. I don't know. The Lord is our strength.
Oris.
Once again, see My Father's Shadow at the cinemas and on the streaming platforms. See Task on the Orange streaming app. Task on Orange streaming app. My Father's Shadow in the cinemas. And see you next week.
Thank you for being a part of the show today from 11 till now. Next week, we'll go again on Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. It's a Friday, so it means Golden Oldies will be on the Casbah from 12 till 4 p.m. And you know how we do it. You tell me what you want to listen to, and I'll cue it up for you. My name is Oluwaseun Olusegun. Hiya, thank you. Catch you. Bye.